Tao Te Ching VI, the source. The spirit of the perennial spring is said to be immortal. She is called the mysterious one. The mysterious one is the source of the universe. She is continually, endlessly giving forth life without effort. Yo, this is probably one of my favorite meditations in a Tao Te Ching. Like this, alongside 42, are probably two of my favorite meditations in a Tao Te Ching. Especially the two of my favorite like metaphysical meditations. Because a lot of the Tao Te Ching, man, shout out Lao Tzu for real. This dude wrote a text that is simultaneously like metaphysical, like it's cosmological, it's mystical, and it's like socio-political. You feel what I'm saying? It's like Lao Tzu didn't just keep the philosophy, the metaphysics abstract. Bro put that shit in the body. Feel me? The spirit of the perennial spring is said to be immortal. She is called the mysterious one. You know, there's this fundamental mystery of the Tao, of the All, of God. Now, the translator here uses the language she. I'm not sure if the original classical Chinese used the word she. It might have. And if it did, I imagine it's getting at this feminine life-giving principle, this generating principle. And the thing is, within our polarized cosmos, within our polarized universe, the feminine principle is that which generates. Right? Think of like a woman. Men don't get preggo, do we? Nope. Right? And so when it comes to the physiological, biological creation or generation of like new human life, the feminine polarity of woman is the one actually doing the generating. She took her egg and the male sperm, and within her body, the transformation, the gestation, the generation is happening, right, within her pregnancy. And then it ruptures, it actualizes in birth. All creation happens this way. All transformation happens this way. There is this unseen part in the dark, the gestation, the pregnancy period, you could say. This is when the transformation is building up, but it's only potential right now. And then it actualizes. And so it's not like this child's like in this mother anymore. Nope. Now you're out in the world, and you're one of us. Now you're with all of us, and we can have fun in this polarized universe together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Living all the beautifulness and all of the ugliness, and just holding all of it. You know what I mean? Just feeling all of it. Just being in love with all of it. Being grateful for all of it. You feel me? And so, of course, the creator, the source, is above gender, above duality. The creator isn't male or female. The creator is both male and female, because really, male and female are just two expressions, two polarized expressions of one reality, but the creator's essence. Right? The masculine and feminine polarities as principles of the cosmos, principles of the universe. Not constrained to male and female biology. Toss that frame out of your head. The masculine and feminine principles live within all things. And it's their union of... Oh, I don't have my yin-yang on today. Give me a sec. It's their union that allows anything to be transformed. The mysterious one is the source of the universe. You know, I love that they say she is called the mysterious one. There's this inherent unknowability to the all, to the Tao, to God, to the absolute. Because the thing is, we have this finite mind that can never truly comprehend the infinite nature of the absolute. But what we do have is a spirit that is aligned with that frequency of truth because it comes from that place. We do have a nervous system that can take in infinite information from the environment and allow us to make decisions intuitionally. We have this felt and like deeply embodied sense of the absolute, of God, of love, of truth, of beauty, of goodness. But saying I have this knowledge of God, this like perfect knowledge of God, and it fits within this cute little box in my mind, it's like that's already foolishness. Let me actually read you a quote. This is from it's a book called the New Big Book of Christian Mysticism. This is one of my favorite quotes, like ever. This is one of my favorite metaphysical, mystical, theological quotes. Let me find it. Boom, found it. No human being can fully comprehend God. Therefore, anything we say about God must be incomplete, limited, and limiting, and perhaps even betrays God. Any God that we can comprehend can never fully represent the one true God. Therefore, in a very real way, any God you can imagine must ultimately not exist. For God can only fully exist far beyond or deeper than our limited abilities to know or even wonder. Yeah, that bitch was hot. That's from Carl McColman's, like I said, the New Big Book of Christian Mysticism. I love this quote, man. No human being can fully comprehend God. Like I said, finite mind, infinite absolute. That which is finite can never be infinite. These two things can't like, when I say they can't coexist, what I mean is, we have this paradoxical nature as humans, having an infinite soul but a finite expression. But that's two levels of existence. You feel what I'm saying? That can coexist, and it does. That's the paradox of this polarized universe and the paradox of the human experience. However, something that is finite and infinite can't exist on the same level. So it's like my soul can't be infinite and finite. It's got to be one. You know what I'm saying? Like, this book can't be finite in its physicality and infinite in its physicality. The book can be finite in its physicality, infinite in its depth and in its wisdom. There's tons of books like that. Tons. You know what I'm saying? There are tons of books that have infinite interior depth, but are finite physical expressions. That's how basically everything in the universe is, by the way. And so what I mean by it can't be the same, it's like your mind is finite. It can only ever expand and gain more territory. It can't ever fully go beyond the bounds of finitude and be infinite. That's not how this works. Do you remember, like, in algebra, when you learned about the asymptote? How it's always approaching infinity, but it never reaches it? Yeah, me and you are like that. Our minds are like that. Our finite expression is like that. We're always approaching infinity, going towards our more infinite nature, or going towards our infinite nature, but we can never reach it. Because if we could reach infiniteness, we would no longer be finite. Do you see what I'm saying here? Wait, actually, let me finish the new big book of Christian mysticism quote. Therefore, anything we say about God must be incomplete, limited, and limiting, and perhaps even betray God. And I love that quote. I just love it. Because for me, that's what real mysticism is. It's lived practice. It's lived interior science. It's embodied philosophy. But more than that, like the prerequisite to those things really is this understanding, this awareness that which permeates throughout all things, that which is immanent within all things, that which is the source you are created of and that you come from. It's closer to you than you are to yourself. And it's so much farther beyond your comprehension. Oh boy, the mystery. Paradoxical mystics, baby. The mysterious one is the source of the universe. She's continually, endlessly, giving forth life without effort. We're going to end the commentary here on that last line. She is continually, endlessly giving forth life without effort. This shows the overflowing, abundant creation power that God has. Continuously, endlessly giving forth life. Creating, bringing things into the world, into the cosmos, into reality. But that last line, without effort, it's the most important one. Because it shows that the creation of the all is it's fluid, it's non-strenuous, it's flow, it's desire, it's curiosity and overflow. Do you know what I mean? And when we look back in our own lives and we reflect, you know, those times where we were just going with the flow of the current, walking the middle way, right? Being like water. When we were aligned with the flow of the cosmos, the flow of how the Tao wants to move through the universe and wants to move through us, we feel like we're able to give life, like we're able to transform without effort. I mean, shit, I've been here recording this for like 14 minutes and it's barely felt like 3. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you're in the flow state. Our own ability to like create or transform in the flow state versus out of it is just a perfect piece of like interior empiricism that allows us to understand this deeper nature of the cosmos and of the creator itself. When we fight the current, when we go against the flow, when we go against the natural things that, you know, feel aligned to us, we have this resistance. It's strenuous. It's so like effortful, right? And the thing is, effort itself isn't necessarily bad, right? We have to take action, we have to do things, but is it strenuous effort? Is it effort that doesn't actually even feel worth it? The thing is, it might still be hard, right? Like, let's say you wanted to climb a mountain so you can see the view at the top of the mountain. How are you going to see the view at the top of the mountain if you don't climb it? Is climbing a mountain easy all the time? I don't know if you've ever climbed a mountain. It's not. Feel me? Now, hiking is fucking fun and it's rocking. But it be getting real at times. You feel me? It be getting real. But even when it is real, you're still in that flow. You're still in that state of desire. You're still moving. it doesn't feel like it's taking away from you. It actually is propelling you. I want to leave you off with this like more practical tip of like discerning when your energy is fighting the current versus flowing with it. When do you feel like you're giving life in a way that is completely aligned and flowing versus when you're giving life in a way that is strenuous and isn't even really giving back to you what you desire to have, what you desire to receive? Because the thing is, if we can have desire and detachment, that's really what this is getting at here. Have the desire to create, continuously, endlessly giving forth life. Why would that happen without some kind of reason to? Do you feel what I'm saying? It's like, the thing is, the absolute, the infinite, has no lack. It can't need anything. God can't need. God has no scarcity. And so God can only ever create from abundance, from curiosity, from overflowing desire. The universe is divine inquiry in motion, desiring to experience its own love, its own truth, its own goodness, its own beauty, its own life on infinitely deeper levels through the contrast that the mirror of polarity creates. That's the polarized universe we're living in. The universe is desire in motion. And that desire, it's always overflowing desire. And when we recognize that we can move from two places, from overflowing desire and curiosity and abundance, this desire to express more of our infinite nature, this desire to serve, to give, to love, to grow, that's a certain kind of energy. But there's also a different kind of energy that comes from scarcity, from lack, that comes from fear, from, oh, I have to perform this way, I need this outcome to feel fulfilled. If I don't have control over this thing, everything's going to crumble and I'm going to be terrified. And I'm going to go back to feeling lacking. There are these two ways we can approach moving in the universe. Contrast. We have to recognize that this movement from lack and scarcity is actually going against our infinite nature. Now the thing is, we all feel lack and scarcity at times in this human experience. It's real. Don't deny it. Don't do what those spiritual motherfuckers do and gaslight yourselves. Don't do that. But what you should do is realize that there's something deeper. There's something more true. There's a higher truth. There's a higher source of energy and desire that you can align with. Find that. Because once you live from that place, more often than not, you won't need the outcomes that you were searching for previously, because the doing itself will be more than enough. We're going to leave that there. This has been Daimo, signing out.